All right, everyone, welcome to another episode of Media Monologue. My name is Anthony from Barone Media Solutions. I am the president and CEO. And today I want to talk to you a little bit about advertising. And, we're a marketing company. We do advertising for ourselves and we also do it for our clients on a regular basis. And one of our favorite ways to advertise is through meta ad campaigns. So what is meta ad campaigns? Whenever I explain this to clients, they're always like, what the hell is that? Never heard of Meta. Meta is what used to be known as Facebook. So Facebook rebranded itself as Meta, and Facebook is now just a subsidiary brand of Meta. And Meta purchased Instagram. So that's why Facebook and Instagram have a lot of dual compatibility. So Meta created this thing called the Meta Business Suite. And pretty much what it does is it allows people to advertise dually on Facebook and Instagram together. So if you have a Facebook account and you have a business, you open your business page and then you connect your Instagram to that Facebook business page. So that way, anytime you post on Instagram or Facebook, it automatically posts on both. So another cool, unique feature about Meta Business Suite is that you can create advertising campaigns. So what's the difference between these advertising campaigns and the regular boosting that you would normally do on Instagram or Facebook before the creation of such a tool? So the business suite isn't necessarily boosting. Boosting allows you to get more viewership, get more reach, get more engagement on your profile, and you can see that in the amount of views on each piece of content. What Meta Business Suite does is it still counts reach, it still counts engagement, but it doesn't show up on the post itself. It's an advertisement, more or less like interruption marketing. So pretty much what you would do is you have more advanced tools that allows you to target an age demographic, the interests of this age demographic, geographical locations, also commonly known as geofencing. So geofencing is when you choose several areas in your market and your demographic, and you create a radius in miles around said target. So you're targeting people between the age of 18 and 50, let's make up a fake one, men and women in the age 18, 50 miles from Lindenhurst, New York, and they're interested in hunting, fishing, bicycling, veganism, and the crystals. That's your really bipolar targeting market. And what you do is you then set up, your ad budget and such. And you also have some more demographic and intricate tools, as well as A/B testing, which is basically you're taking two ads that you may have created and comparing them against each other, and then choosing the strategy that works best for this new set of ads. So pretty much that's just a very, very short overview. And I'm sure that you all have a lot of questions. Pretty much, when people say that they do meta advertising in their social media packages, they charge a separate fee for it. Now, my goal here is to let you know that Barone Media Solutions includes meta advertising campaigns in our social media budgets. And our social media packages range anywhere from $750 to $2,500 a month. Most people charge $1,500 a month alone just to run meta advertising campaigns. We feel that it doesn't really make sense to have that as a separate package because here's the problem. A lot of small businesses on Long Island especially have a very finite budget, and charging exclusively for either content creation or meta ad management just doesn't make sense economically, and we don't really think it's fair. So here's why. If you have $1,500 a month to spend, not counting money to put into the campaign, just $1,500 to get work done for your socials. And you have a choice between creating content that you can put money behind to advertise or paying someone to advertise content that already exists or doesn't exist. Which one are you going for? The bottom line is neither. You don't want to make that choice. What we do is we create the content, and then we create, with your budget, we create an ad campaign to boost that content. Because unfortunately, a lot of media companies on Long Island, they make you pick. They say, okay, listen, if you have content already, just hire us for Meta ad campaigns will manage the campaign and boost what you already have. The problem is a lot of businesses either A, don't have any content, or they have content that's not worth putting money into. So unfortunately, you're putting, say, $600 for that month on top of paying the people to run the campaign. So you're at like 1,900, let's just say 2,000. You're at 2,000 for the month, boosting terrible content that's not going to get you any return on your investment. And return on investment is a very loose term in marketing, meaning, return on investment here is either A, lead acquisition, or B, notoriety. So people are going to see your content boosted and they're going to be like, wow, XYZ HVAC company really has terrible content and they don't know what they're doing. No thanks. And I've seen campaigns like that before where there's just these really static images, or like it's a picture of a car or a picture of like a job site that looks really bad and it's boosted and it's like $1.30 per click and they only got like 30 website visits in a campaign. Meanwhile, Barone Media Solutions, our average cost per click is anywhere between 30 to 90 cents a click, and we get anywhere between 100 to 300 web visits per campaign. So, and it really depends on the type of content that's out there too. We really like to go for, and the most successful content when it comes to meta advertising campaigns are advertising videos where it's basically, hey, come on down to Classical Martial Arts of Long Island. Nice plug to one of our clients. And check out all the cool stuff we have. And it's like interspersed with different videos of classes and techniques. And it's got cool graphics in it. Or it's something that's just very promotional. Much like our Soar to New Heights campaign, where we're advertising not only our new drone capabilities, but we are also elevating your brand. We are taking you to new heights with our affordable prices, reasonable packages, and professionalism and expertise. So stuff like that is what really drives it home to the consumer, and it does very well on a cost per click basis. Unfortunately, a lot of media companies are either lazy or they just don't know, or it's a combination of both. A lot of people in this industry that run media companies, unfortunately, do not want to work. And don't get me wrong, there's only so many hours in a day. I'm a business owner. After this, if I'm not marketing for myself, I'm marketing for my clients, and I'm, trying to figure out how am I going to grow the business to the next stage? Oh, I got to talk to my subcontractor. But I get it. Like, we're all busy. We all have lives, but we need to do good work. And that's what separates Barone Media Solutions from other media companies that really honestly drop the ball. I've seen a lot of clients come through to me and say to me, Anthony, like Classical Martial Arts, for example, they had a company that charged them $1,500 a month for 3 months to run meta ad campaigns. And it was a $600 a month budget on top of the $1,500 a month they were paying these people. And they got no returns. They barely did anything. The cost per click was in the dollars, not in the cents. And the content that was being promoted through interruption marketing was really just it wasn't consumable. It wasn't the best image that could be put forward for their company and their brand. So that's when I stepped in and I said, listen, I'm going to charge you X amount of dollars. I'm going to do this once. I'm going to come in once a month and shoot. I'm going to create content to be posted every day. And we're going to boost with your $600 advertising budget. Their average cost per click is 35 cents a click. And they have at present 47,000 engagements for the month of October, and it's not even over yet. And they've received over 300 website visits from our ad campaigns this past 2 weeks. Just as like a small amount to show you like the drastic difference. And it's, it's really not as complicated as the media companies make it sound. And this is another problem too. A lot of media companies will look at something like meta advertising and they'll throw around buzzwords like engagement, interaction, leads, whatever, without really defining them or educating their clients as to what they mean. So engagement, for example, engagement just means people that are engaging with the content. So they're watching it. They're scrolling, they're like pulling it back, trying to see something. Interactions are likes, shares, bookmarks, comments. Those are interactions. They're interacting with the content. Leads, in this case, is basically people going to your website. Cost per click. Cost per click means how much does it cost per link click. So the link in your biography, in your Instagram, or in the ad that's being boosted, that every time someone clicks that with a boost campaign, so it's $600. Say I boosted the post for $50, right? It's calculating within that ad a budget of $50 for that post. How much does it cost each time someone clicks? So it deduces through its algorithm, like, okay, this ad campaign with this audience boosted at this time with this type of content is generating a 35-cent per click ratio for this $50 ad spend on this post. And ad spend is just advertising expenditure. So pretty much the ad spend for the campaign is $50 over 5 days. So $10 a day. You do the math and it comes out to that click ratio based off of some other predetermined factors through Facebook's Meta's algorithm. So those are like just some key definitions. And a lot of media companies don't explain that, and they sell promises they can't deliver on. So like they'll guarantee results or they'll guarantee leads. Now, some people that do guarantee leads and results, they're like, we guarantee you this. However, you don't have to pay us a dime until our word has been met. And if your word's not met, then it's over. Which is okay, fine. Personally though, if someone, and I deal with this too when I try to advertise outside of my network, when I go for TV advertising, when I go for print advertising, if someone's guaranteeing me a deliverable such as leads, really just leads, not necessarily how many times it's going to be played on a device or how many times it's going to be delivered to a house, but deliverables based on lead generation, I run away because no one can guarantee leads and no one can guarantee results. So when I go to my clients and they say, how do I get to 1 million views? I say, do you have $25,000? And that's not even a guarantee, because you could have a really great ad spend budget, but if your content isn't there, like when I show up and I interview you or I come to a job site, if you're unprepared, if you aren't on your game, if you're not listening to my recommendations for content, especially interviews where I say, hey, this has to be a 10-minute interview and you only give me 2 minutes, there's only so much I can pull from that. So it's not just on the media company, it's also on the client to be prepared, have everything done properly on their end so that way I can come in and capture it and make sure you look your best for when I am gambling to get these people's attention to you. Because it is an oversaturated market. There are a lot of people competing for eyeballs on a day-to-day basis. The amount of content we consume on a day-to-day basis is almost immeasurable. That is how much content there is and how much boosted content there is as well. So next time you hire a media company, make sure you ask them to explain what they're doing. Make sure they're not promising any deliverables. Make sure if they are charging solely for meta advertising, that it's a reasonable price where it doesn't exceed your monthly budget. What I mean by that, if your advertising budget is, hey, I only have $600 to advertise this month, and they're only doing meta advertising, but they're charging you $2,000 a month, you're better off not using them and doing either the boosting yourself, especially if you don't have content creation, or hiring Barone Media Solutions, because we include meta advertising in all of our social media packages, and it will not cost you more than $2,500 and no less than $750. So we are really the intermediate price point entry. And if you really, really don't want to do the media company route, and you really just have like a $600 budget, there are so many local print options for small businesses. I sponsored a scorecard for $300 for the year. Marketing is everywhere. But the biggest thing that I could say to any client that is or potential client that's curious about hiring a media company or doing advertising is make sure that your advertising budget is set. Make sure you thoroughly interview the media company that is pitching you. Always ask for quarterly results of accounts. If they cannot provide you results from what you are asking for, do not use them. I provide all of my clients a detailed list of statements on a quarter basis based on the accounts that I have worked with within the past year. So I take those statements, I put them up in a zip file, and I dump them in there. I have an ad spend presentation that I show people where it details the cost per click, how much the budget was, the results of the campaign, and then I send that to the client, and then I send them an estimate of what the service will be. So if they won't do all of that to make sure that you're comfortable and, feel safe and secure using them, don't use them. Barone Media Solutions, we guarantee that. That is the only thing we really guarantee. We guarantee professionalism, we guarantee hard work, and we guarantee dedication. And we also guarantee estimates, proof of our previous work, as well as a videography portfolio. If you're going to be hiring someone to do especially videography content or content creation, no matter what it is, whether it's just a Canva post or it's a really in-depth video, if they can't provide you examples of their work, don't use them. If they just point to Instagram profiles they have and they don't have it like in a folder to send to you like we do, do not use them, because that is very unprofessional and they don't care enough about their own work to have it handpicked and put into a folder ready to demonstrate to a potential client. If they do not have that, you do not want to use them. So those are some of my warning signs. That's a quick overview of what meta advertising is. If you have any more questions, comments, concerns, or if you want someone to scream at, comment below or reach out to me at my phone number, which is 631-560-4785, or book a 1-hour free consultation on my website, which is baronemediasolutions.com, and I'd be happy to answer any and all your questions. So thank you again for listening to another episode of Media Monologue, and until next time.